Well, it's going to take me a while to get used to this video stuff and get it all figured out, but each one will get better and better. I have a mishmash this time of getting ready for summer shows, just doing some things to create a few little items, and then just playing in my studio and playing around with painting some furniture, and just having a good time making art. So welcome to my video and welcome to my vlog. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on my journey of being an artist and working full-time, but trying to make that transition, which could take years, who knows. Anyway, here I am, and I'm just putting the work in and having a good time. Hi, welcome to my art vlog. I'm attempting to do at least one a month, very late. This is my first one in the one a month series, but I'm really excited because I finally just set my time and reclaimed my time and have scheduled a practice, studio practice. So I have a concrete sort of schedule of when I'm up here, and I can balance that really well with my family, and so it's an exciting thing. This will be a kind of tiny little mishmash of a couple projects I've been doing for shows, one that's already happened and one that's coming up. And then I guess I've got a few more, but I just was very excited to begin my practice, and I've been doing that for a couple weeks. Up until then, I'd obviously had a practice, but I hadn't really scheduled it. It was just sort of like wherever I could put it in, and now I'm prioritizing my art, and that makes me really happy, or my creative life, because what I want is to live a creative life, and it's kind of how I have always been. My mom's an artist, my daughter's an artist, everybody in my family is somehow connected to the arts, and it's just in me. I have an iron heel, I know there's a name for it, that my no used to use. So he was also an artisan, and so I really just want to spend the next year honing in and learning, and hopefully that journey will make it on here as well. I have some ideas for some projects. I'm a writer that by training, basically, and I want to combine my art and writing and into a visual storytelling format, but I feel like I'm just diving in and learning a lot more this year. I have so much access to tutorials and workshops, so it's really nice to be able to do that. So yeah, it's a quiet evening in my studio right now. I'm gonna set up to paint, which I may or may not capture. We just had a storm here in Colorado, which is so nice. We really needed rain, although we got a lot of hail that came with it, and one of my baby plants was damaged pretty badly, but I think it will survive. And yeah, that's it. So I've just got some not process clip, well, just kind of doing some things. I'm making some clay things, using a bunch of clay that I was gifted, and then just a little clip of me hand painting my business card, which was a little crazy, but it was fun. I just thought it would be fun to do something like that for this year's show season. I know that Making prints is probably more, I don't know, savvy, but I just wanted to hand paint things. So I hand painted cards. I hand painted my business cards. I hand painted note cards. And then of course I'm just working on my paintings. I want to get into doing bigger pieces and expanding and learning and growing. And I think having a consistent practice will help me. And so my consistent practice should show up here. And yeah, so there we go. I'll get into it.
Okay, so I have some clay bits here that are going to be magnets. I was just playing around with this, creating these little things. I have a couple to finish. Just putting faces on these. I'm not sure about the cat and dog, but whatever. This is just for show fun. I'm going to make some more of these. But I just wanted to do some of this. This is some of the things I'm doing to get ready for shows. I also have, a little bit later, I'll show you just some of the sketches I've done in my sketchbook lately. But I'm going to be doing these monthly, and I have 10 pounds of air dry clay. And I thought I should do some stuff with that. And again, this is the year of getting things, just using things that I have this summer. I've collected a lot of materials, and I'm just playing around and wanting to experiment. So I thought it would be fun to make these little things. I've painted most of them. I might add a little touches here. I think she's done. I don't know, maybe another little layer on the gold here. Maybe some gold highlights. I don't know. Just to kind of echo this one. Maybe I'll add some gold to this one too. This one I'll just leave. Maybe I'll put a gold over here. I don't know, that sounds like fun. So maybe we'll add a little bit more. But these two need a face, maybe some details, maybe in gold on their sweaters. And I like to cover the backs too, and these backs aren't done. Everybody else's is done. Although this one could be covered a little more to look like the other side. So we'll play around with that. But then we'll do, I'll just let them dry for a while, and I'll varnish them and put magnets on them, and then they'll be magnets. But I'm going to make some more of these too. Probably not today. So yeah, I'm going to just do that right now. And I'm not going to do them all today anyway, because I'm going to work on some of the other stuff I need to work on. And I can just keep doing it. You know, I only need a handful anyway. And then just do some of that, more mark making with it. And then do this. A little gold on this. Just a little. That's fun. Let me just let that dry a second. Friday, and I'm so excited about Fridays because Fridays are when I have the afternoon in my studio and I just love being in here and contemplating what I'm going to do. I'm in the thick of show season and markets, so I've had a couple, and I've been trying to make things here and there. I wasn't as prepared as I wanted to be this year, which is okay. But I'm also going through a little bit of a, what I would call like a transformation or transition. I would say transformation. And in my practice either one. Anyway, in my practice, and I am really just focusing on, I'm setting boundaries, which has been really important for me. I haven't done that in ever, and really just making a point to come up here after work, on the days when I have extended time, like on Friday afternoons when I get off at 1, and Saturdays. And I didn't do that soon enough for this show season, so I feel like I'm still sort of running from behind, but that's okay. I'll go with what I have. It's usually enough. And I really just want to kind of pull back after this next one for sure, because then I have a few months, but pull back after the whole season and just play and create and just kind of find my voice as an artist. And I'm working on some projects that I'm really excited about that I'd like to give that space and time to. And when I'm getting ready for shows, it's harder to do. But today I'm just going to play around a little bit. And I have this blank canvas, which is always so fun and intimidating, that I'm going to play around with and maybe do one of my sweater dogs that I like to paint.
maybe try a little bit differently, or I don't know, whatever comes up. I've done some already. I've done a couple canvases, but I do them on these and make little magnets, which I really enjoy, and just playing around with the dog. I'm also doing a lot of kind of going back to the basics and learning, playing around with, taking some workshops in sketching and drawing. That was sort of where I started anyway. I was always drawing as a kid, and I'm just, just having the studio space has kind of opened things up a little bit more, and I'm really excited about that. And so I'm just playing around. Like I'm thinking of maybe working on some bookmarks today too. Maybe, I don't know. This was just a fun little still life that I did, kind of inspired by Bonnard, and so we'll see. I don't know, but this one is just going to be, I kind of go back and forth between just painting with acrylic or kind of doing a collage underneath and then painting through that. And it's always interesting. I had a couple pieces in a recent show that I was, I just had out there, and now they're up in a bank for a really long stay in a local bank for their grand opening, with a bunch of fellow artists from an organization I work with, and those are a couple of my collage pieces that I use the negative space to do, to work with, which eventually I'll probably get into here. But and I keep saying I got to get back to that. But I feel like I need just more time and more just open emotion, like space to put all the pieces on there and just let them sit for a while and find whatever's in there. And so these are kind of fun. I feel like the dogs kind of, I don't know, feel like warm-ups, but then I still put them in my shows. And they're fun because I don't know, I just love the quirky dogs. And I'm a dog lover, and I have my dog who sits on my futon all the time, Olive. She was sort of the inspiration for that because she wears sweaters in winter. It is so hot right now, so there are no sweaters now. And we've been going through a hot spell. I wish I could go outside more and film outside and do some of the things I have been, but it's been so hot. I just kind of come back in here and just give myself some studio space and time. I have a little piece here that I'm not going to really show because it's in the very beginning stages right now, and it's a gift for somebody, so we'll just leave it there. But I think I'm going to work with this, and we'll see where I get with this. Okay, so I'm getting it done here. I'm just doing a little bit. This is just like a little bit of an underpainting to see where it goes. We'll see if it ends up this or not, but this is what I have. 2 dogs this time. Big one and a little one, and a bird, because I always put birds in them too. And then we'll see what the background comes out to be. I just don't know. It's Friday and it's hot. I probably will be filming a little bit of me after this downstairs, painting a table instead of painting a painting, because I'm been wanting this table to be red in my family room. It's one I fished off the side of a road, and now it was beat up, but it's one of those nice mid-century looking ones. I think it's not nice. It's a cheap mid-century looking one, but it has the tiers and everything. And I thought, oh, that'd be nice as a tape in red. I want red. So that just painting all day, I guess. That's what I'm doing. Painting furniture. So I've been drawing a little bit. So yeah, that's it. Just, cooling down after a week, and still
on this journey of dreaming that this is what I get to do all day. And yeah, hopefully that's what will happen at some point. But for now, I'm just doing this. I signed up for another show while I was off camera, and this one is going to be at a beautiful, I have one before that, but this one I always love because it's at a very beautiful early 20th century sort of mansion in this little town. It's got beautiful grounds, and it just has a very cool vibe. Hopefully more people will discover it this year. Not as many people discovered it last year, but it was still fun to do and be out there in the fall. I love autumn, and October is my favorite time of the year. So yeah, so I'm just doing this guy. So still working on this. I'm not at the easel, even though I could be at the easel, and maybe I should be at the easel, but I just felt like not putting it up there. So I'm just painting at it, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm in the garage, and this is my project. I've got a chair and a table. The chair goes with our kitchen table. We have a small kitchen, so we wanted some folding chairs that we could paint and cushion and decorate and then pull out if we had people over. And the table we just salvaged. It's going to be red, but right now I'm just putting the primer on. You can see. And then the chair too, I'm just priming the chair too. I'm not really well equipped for any of this, but I'm doing it. I don't even care. And I'm just gonna hope for the best. I didn't expect this to look perfect anyway because it has some blemishes and stuff like that, and I didn't really try to fix them. I just want a red table in my family room. I've been watching way too much Homeworthy. There isn't too much Homeworthy, actually. And I keep seeing people with red lacquered tables, and I really like them. And I said, that little table could be red lacquer. And it was already looking pretty beat up. And so I was like, I'll make it a red lacquer table. And the chair has a cushioned seat that I'm going to wrap in fabric that I salvaged, or it's secondhand fabric. And then the chair came from an antique. It belongs to one of those mid-century card tables, wood card tables, but it was a lone chair by itself. And then there's another chair I'll be painting too, but right now I'm just going to prime these two. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing when I'm not in the studio. I'm still kind of painting. I love these kinds of projects because, I just love to salvage stuff and I love to make it new. And I think I bought all the paint and primer for this, but we actually do have a really cool place where you can go and salvage that as well. And so for the table, I bought the red paint, but for the chair, I'm just going to use salvaged green paint. Oh, hello. Still in the studio on Saturday. I've got about an hour and a half left before we go thrifting, and I have been working on the dogs, and I like the color play I'm playing around with, but it's kind of going slow today, just kind of getting into it. And I have this little, you can't really see it, but the little cat thing that I'm working on for a gift. And then right now I'm going to work on some clay stuff. And then tomorrow is my sort of businessy day, but I might sneak in here and do some stuff too on a Sunday. So, because even though we have to go to a birthday party, I just feel like Friday and Saturday aren't enough, even though I get some nights in the studio as well. It's just, I like the weekends because I'm fresher. I'm not coming home from work and just getting in here and then it's dark. Now we're getting, the days are starting to get shorter, and so it's going to be, in a while it's going to be dark at night. So, but I'm not going to worry about that. That's not now. Right now it's good. I'm establishing my practice, which I'm really excited about. I'm really happy that I'm putting the time into this more intentionally than I ever have. I've always felt like I was scrambling for the next project and trying to come up with ideas for the next project. And I just, with,
minimal time. Used to get up on Saturdays and think, oh, let's go do all the stuff that we planned on doing first, and then I'll get into the studio. Well, then by the time I was done doing all that stuff, it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I was tired and couldn't get myself up here. So it's better to just take the walk in the morning and then go, take the walk with Olive because she really likes her walk. Obviously, I get my exercise, start my day with exercise, and then come in and work for the day, and then we go do our stuff because it feels like I'm not too tired to do my stuff and focus. It doesn't take the focus I need to be in the studio. So if I do it all first and then kind of wear myself out, then it's harder to want to come up here and focus. If I have that energy first and use that energy first, then I have energy for doing whatever, going thrifting or whatever later in the afternoon or evening. So yeah, and it's a beautiful day. It's hot out. It's already hot out. So hopefully I can get to my furniture projects, but I don't know, it might be too hot. But maybe I can get out there enough just to get the red paint on the table. Okay, it's Tuesday night. I am in the studio. I'm very excited to be in the studio. I worked today, and so it's nighttime, and I have to do this at night, which is fine. I've had to do some admin, so I'm on a board of an arts organization, and I had to send some things out. So now I'm settling in. I'm going to do a little bit of sketching before bed. And I'm just working on a reference of my daughter when she was younger. And this is for a workshop, but so I can play around with pencil again. And I have another sketch I'm working on over here that I'm a little bit inspired by. I'm just kind of looking at Mary Fedden's work, and and sketches, and I'm just kind of playing with that style a little bit in another reference of mine with my other child, which is the dog. I love drawing my kids and my dog. But I also have some finds that I collected over the weekend. We went thrifting because my partner likes to go thrifting with me. And we had some things to get, some clothes, I had some things in mind, storage for a hose that I bought. And I found a couple of things that will work their way into paintings, I'm sure. And I wanted to show you because they're super cool. I found this candle holder, I just thought it was kind of cool to get. It might be something that I could put in a still life, but I also like candle holders. I have a bunch of different candle holders that I just keep collecting them for some reason. And it was funny because when I went to pay for it, the person at the checkout counter was like, that reminds me of Beauty and the Beast. And I was like, who? Oh yeah, what was his name? And I was like, Lumiere. And he's like, yeah, Lumiere. And I was like, so yeah, it was kind of funny to find that. And actually, you know, the other thing is a teapot. So a Molly Hatch teapot. So that was kind of cool too. And I guess they could have both be in Beauty and the Beast, really. I didn't even think about that when I was at the checkout counter, and neither did the checkout person, but yeah, we just kind of got the cast to the Beauty and the Beast here. So that was fun. It was kind of a nice little break. I had my session, my Saturday session, and we ended it a little early because I had to do something else, and I can't remember what it was. We go get our farm share, but usually my partner will do that on the lunch break, or we wanted to see our fair submissions, maybe that was it. No, that was during the fair. I can't remember why we stopped so early. We had to go run some errands, and one of them was going to the store for that. Oh, we had to get a present for a friend. That's what it was. I was like, oh yeah, we had to get there before some of the little shops closed because I had an idea of what I wanted to get. So on the trip, it was an excuse to go thrifting, and that is another extension of my creative life. The table I painted, which is in the video here, was not a thrifted table. It was just a find, but you know, I find things like that or thrift things like that and give them my own little spin. And I won't do anything to these, obviously. The teapot, not. I just love the little tea is good. Tea is always a good idea message, even though I like coffee and tea. And I have a couple teapots here now. But anyway, that was our weekend. Now I'm gonna take some time here and do this. And I think that'll be it for this video. I haven't decided if I'll do them more frequently or not. Right now my schedule is one a month, but we'll see how it works with my work schedule and with what I have in mind. I have some books I've collected that I want to go through, and I just got a new Mary Fedden book, but I don't want to get into that for this video. I want to save that for another video when I'm just kind of looking at a book haul. I have gotten so much stuff since I started doing some footage here, and maybe I can get outside too for a minute and get some footage of us just hanging out by the river. If not, it'll be in something somewhere. Olive loves to be in the river and swim in the river, and so we're out there every day. Weather's going to get cooler. We're going to get some rain, hopefully, and I feel like that'll make for a much nicer walk around and observation. I did get to sketch a little moth on my porch. It died, and so I just kind of kept it as a little piece to sketch, and so I put it in my journal. Not the moth, just a sketch of the moth, but I helped it kind of pass on. I think it was near its end of its life. It was on my porch, and I was sweeping thinking it was a leaf, but it turns out it wasn't. It's kind of funny. I thought there was a few years ago, I thought there was a leaf on our string of lights, and I almost went to take it down. It turned out it was a hummingbird nest, and I left it, and we had hummingbirds and hummingbird babies. So our whole our porch is a little ecosystem in and of itself of little circle of life nature. We've had house finches, we've had hummingbirds, we have moths, and yeah, and I had a bear go by my kitchen window, so it's pretty interesting living here. Anyway, I'll leave it at that and get to my drawing. So this is where I got so far. I don't know if I'll work on any more tonight, but we're getting there. And yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I'm covering this, but yeah, it's kind of where we're at so far. It's just the beginning, so yeah, not even close. We'll work it out. And then, thank you for following my journey. I'm calling the Practice of Wonder. That will be more apparent as we go along with these, and I just wanted to say I really appreciate your following me and liking and subscribing, and I will have more of these explorations, monthly explorations, maybe more than that even, into my art practice and journey. Thank you.